throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson. The catch of his life.
Happy Monday, people. You are here.
Yes, sir. We are here. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. You probably already been up, probably trying to go to sleep, but we ain't letting y'all go to sleep tonight without hearing us, man. STWF Play Call Sheet, Offseason edition. Took in the building. My man Chile, Will in the building. You know what I'm saying? We here rocking it out tonight, man. A little tennis.
Got my comfy neck pillow up here, man.
A little table tennis action tonight between the two of us. You didn't have to buy tickets tonight. You know what I'm saying? We hopefully it's gonna be sold out. Coach will not be in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with
fighting the bug. He's fighting the bug. He'll get better.
Fighting this thing called life, man. You know what I'm saying? So
damn it, Bobby,
coach. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get it in tonight, man. You'll see him in the comment thread. You know what I'm saying? Come rock with him. Come rock with us. Subscribe, like, share. You know the platforms. If you don't, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all the platforms for the most part, man. But shout out to those guys, the ones I mentioned that show tremendous love. He or she or they and them. You know what I'm saying? So, in all, man, shout out to everybody tuning in tonight.
All right, yeah. Do the thing. Like, share, subscribe, do the thing. Appreciate y'all. All right, so what are we gonna talk about first today on this holiest of Mondays?
Holiest of Mondays. Now we know it's July. We know football is getting close, but pretty dead in that department this week, man. I think a sport owned the industry this weekend. But you see the Red Sox hat. You know, every team he roots for is based around where he lives at. Shout out to him. And I'm a Cowboys fan.
Trader.
It's been buzzing, you know what I'm saying? We gonna fly. We gonna go up north first. We here, you know what I'm saying, in New England. Shout out to the New England Patriots.
Hell yeah, Jesse. I love that move. They paid him too much though, but they had to. Whatever.
Clay to Dallas, love it. Shout out to my man Jesse in the building. Yeah, man, it's a good move for them. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a good move for them, especially with the guys that they got on the ball already. You know what I'm saying? Get some relaxation to them. You know, we know what Clay can do if he's up for it. What's going on, Dale? We're here in New England.
JT,
we know New England with the third pick in the draft this season. Drake May was their selection. The North Carolina Tar Heel coming into this season. In the sense of maybe being on the bench, maybe to start the season. Though there's been some talk about him possibly starting, it's been back and forth, I believe, in how people feel about him being the starter week one. You hear chatter around the locker room, guys like Brian Hoyer, for instance, speaking that Jacoby Brissett, who is the backup QB who they signed before they drafted May, because I'm feeling the Patriots had this to signal that they're going to kind of let him groom and grow into the system rather than just throw him in the fire like they did Mac Jones. I think they had no choice with Mac Jones. In this situation, you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, wait a bit until you hear the boos. Drake May.
Yeah, I mean, he was never supposed to be a day one starter. No matter who drafted him, that probably wasn't going to be the case. There was only like two guys in this draft at quarterback that you knew for sure should probably start from day one. And he wasn't one of them. So, yeah, I think, sure. You know why Jacoby Brissett is the perfect mentor? Because yes, he'll teach you how to be a professional, how to play the game the right way, how to carry yourself as a quarterback. But also, he ain't going to win you too many games, so he can still be good in the draft next year.
Absolutely.
He's not going to win you many games, especially not with this roster.
Yes, sir. And Jacoby's a guy that's been in New England already. He's familiar with the system. He's familiar with the fan base. The fan base is not, you know, throwing no tomatoes at him, you know what I'm saying, for the signing.
Now, we like him.
He's a likable guy. And Brian Hoyer did quote that Jacoby is like a little brother to me. We're teammates. The Patriots signed Jacoby to be the starter right away, knowing they were drafting a quarterback with that pick because he's capable and played a lot of football. He's very endearing to his teammates. They love him. He's a perfect guy to mentor Drake May. I can agree with that. He's a guy in the stage of his career that is this overall locker room presence, great guy. Definitely can show you the ropes in New England. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? To be smart and strategic with somebody who's could be your franchise QB. If this is the proper way of you doing things, I'm not mad at you. You know, you don't want to end up in the same situation twice. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Drake will be better than Matt.
He'd have to be.
Oh, and that too. He has to be. Like, you can't strike out twice. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this world of football, you got the QB kingdom, as I always call it. You know, and QBs are ringing. QBs are getting paid. There might be some QBs that's on the market for other teams. So hopefully Drake can stick in New England for more than 3.5.
Bet.
Real,
yeah. One can only hope.
We hope we're well. We with you this season. Patriot Nation, we are here. Definitely, we're here. But for all that chatter, a team south of here, probably with a little bit of higher expectations than the Patriots, not a lot, seeming that we've shit the bed just about every year for the last 25, 26 years. And that's my Dallas Cowboys, man. And I always say, man, when you start the off seasons in terrible fashion or discomfort or disagreements, arguments, you know, you got guys like Malik Hooker talking on Michael Parsons' podcast when literally you can talk to Michael Parsons about your podcast, his podcast, to his face. We don't have that outline. We don't have that input. We have to speak on this show about Micah, and I've talked to him about him a bunch of times, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. Talk about the guy, CeeDee Lamb, number one wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. We know this season's a heavy one for him to start. First off, contract talks. He has not been in mandatory camp, as a lot of players don't go, but it's getting closer to that real deal. And maybe sniffing of a holdout coming, Cowboy Nation. Rumors are swirling that CeeDee wants $32 million a year from Dallas. Last year, he was a first-team All-Pro. Probably if not the best wide receiver in the league last year. You know what I'm saying? We picked the availability line there. Dallas is in a situation where you have to, of course, you got to pay your horse and Dak. You're here with CeeDee, who's proven himself, you know, being that guy. And I always say we need a second guy. We don't have that ideal second guy, so he's definitely been holding down the weight. You have to sign him, Will. I don't.
There's no choice. There's no choice. We've talked about this before, and we'll talk about it again. The bottom line is he has all the leverage. What you gonna do? And you ain't even trying to give yourself leverage by going out and maybe drafting a couple guys that maybe you could be like, all right, well, yeah, we drafted them in the 4th or 5th round, but these two, we're gonna develop them and we're gonna be able to move on from you. You didn't even give yourself that. You gotta pay them. There's no options.
You gotta pay him. I speak on this. I speak on this all the time. We don't have the cap necessarily right now to go get another piece there, but I always said we need another piece. And maybe when this is happening right now, this is why I say this, because if for some reason Dallas didn't want to pay this man and he held out hostage for his money, I think worst case scenario he holds out and Dallas has to pay him. You don't want to start week one with this guy not being in the lineup at all. You know what I'm saying? We know how that offense can be, but without him, that offense it's pretty much shot.
It's not an offense.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? You have no run game right now. You're gonna have to try to develop a run game, try to redevelop somewhat of that offensive line. You need a horse that's a veteran there and CeeDee on the offensive side. Brandon Cook, shout out to him. You know how I feel about him. But he's not enough at this stage of his career right now. Though he's going to be productive, he's going to be there. But CeeDee is the horse. We see all these wide receivers getting paid right now. It's just a matter of when he's going to get paid and be the highest paid wide receiver to this moment in football. And you got to take that glory with it because somebody else is going to end up being the highest paid at another time. But, yeah, man, Dallas got to sign him. Jesse says pay him. Yeah. Shout out to my man, Coach, man. The Jones family makes it hard to be a fan. Yes, man. Absolutely. Definitely in that. This is going to be an interesting offseason. I hate interesting offseason in Dallas because it ends up being a shit show. One way or the other as the season goes, it kind of reacts himself or kind of affects. Like this situation, I feel right now, this being a situation, even if they pay him, it's going to affect us at some point during the season. It always does.
Yeah, it could. Well, look, winning cures all. So if you're winning games, they'll be happy. Also, yeah, they gotta pay the man. This is one of the easiest decisions they'll ever have to make. Pay the man.
Pay the man, please pay the man. Fellas,
show me the money.
Gotta show my man CeeDee the money. This is the play call sheet offseason edition. Hey, if you're new to the show, put your teams up. Let me know what you're repping this season. You know what I'm saying? The season's that much close away. And you know what else is that much close away? I think it's a July 15th release.
Oh.
NCAA college football.
Oh, that's right.
Listen here, man. And of course, you know, with this video game and the impact it's gonna have on the world and returning after a long hiatus, there's got to be some chatter about college football. But in this case, the game. Team ratings for the top 25 schools in the game were released on Friday as EA builds hype for the first college football game in 11 years. The long break between games has led a ton of anticipation, they say, to the college football game. But one team got the respect, in a sense, from the video game committee. And that's Colorado. Deion Sanders, Shador, Travis, and the crew. 4-8 last year, 1-8 in the Pac-12. The Buffaloes are the 16th best team in this game, ahead of schools like Oklahoma, Missouri, Tennessee, and Kansas State. Great way to hype your game up. That's outrageous. And I kind of know, hey, sneak ahead, real talk. We want everybody to buy the game. It's in the game. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. Per the top 25 overall team ratings, Colorado's 87 overall is the top team amongst at least 9 other teams that share the overall ranking. Every team ranked number 17 to 25 is at 87 overall. But like Colorado is at the top of the group because it was the alphabet. Arizona checks in at 23 with the same overall rating. Interesting, like I said, man. With 2,000 odds this year to win. Make the 12-team playoff here. And what's the projected total, Will, on the wins and losses for them this season? I have it here. I just want you to guess what it is.
The projected. I'm guessing the projected is probably like 6 games.
Oh, well, over under 5.5. Right on the money. So, BetMGM, according to them, that's where they're projected to be. First question: are you excited for the video games?
Oh, dumb hype for the game. I might not even get Madden this year. I might just do NCAA. I know they got a bundle out there for those of y'all who are rolling in the dough or are going to save up for this. They got a bundle where you get Madden and the NCAA for like $150 or something like that and a bunch of points or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. But, yes, I am hyped for this game. Yeah, but we've been missing this since 2014. And, like, the last one was it Robinson was on the cover? Michigan kid?
Shoelace.
Yeah, Shoelace. So, like...
we're going to get to that list, though. We're going to get into that list quickly of the teams that's ranked in the game to start. Indeed, yes, I'm excited for the game as well. And I haven't played video games in a long time, but I told people 2 games got to come out, 3 games got to come out in order for me to play video games again, fully. Grand Theft Auto, which is coming out soon.
6. Can't wait for that, too.
This football game here and college basketball. Give me all 3 of those.
Yeah.
And you'll have a video game in me again. I'll be asking people to play every day. And maybe I'll get my ranking up in the video game world, man. But that's all.
Become streamers.
Yes, sir.
We'll quit the podcast game and we'll become streamers.
Well, second question.
And it'll be y'all fault.
After a hyped year last year and the downfall of Colorado, what's the weather prediction in your mind of Colorado coming into this year with new additions? Obviously, you got some pros playing, being coaches and stuff like that. You know? So
I expect a jump for sure. I expect a jump, but I still expect them to come back down to earth when they run into teams like Anthony's Oregon Ducks.
Shout out to Oregon.
Yeah, like
Oregon's
when they run it.
through.
I don't know if they play. They playing them this year, right? They have to. I think they play them.
They're number 3.
Yeah. So like, all I know is they better make some. Because if you don't come out and win more games than you did last year, the message stops working, and no one. It's not like how many little Wayne concerts you gonna throw to get these players here without winning games. You gotta win some games, man. Win some games. So we'll see what happens. I think they're gonna be better. I think the 6. I would take the over on the 6.
I would probably take the over on the 6-2. I think,
but like just barely though. I'm not putting a lot of money on that.
I think they're 3-win difference of a team. If anything, if they win 3 more games this year, I feel like they can win 7. I hope for it. I hope for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy to just bring a team back to prestige or some prestige of what they was. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It takes years to grow. Remember we used to play Madden Take? Yes. I remember the CTA Madden, video, TV's broken, controllers broken. They had the whole lineup through the day, man. Shout out to the CTA, man, for what they did in the course of all those Madden season leagues, which were pretty dope as hell. But I hope for Dion and them to be good, not because of, you know, what they may stand for people, but I hope they are good just for the sake of just the media play. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, because here's the thing. We hope they're good because they're not going to stop talking about them whether they're good or bad. Right. So we're going to have to hear about them. So if we got to hear about them, I'd rather be hearing about a team that's winning.
Don't get overhyped after a week 1 win. If anything's telling you from the last year, don't get hyped over a week 1 win. Week 1 is week 1 for some teams. Now, we know the teams that going out there beating people by 50, maybe you leave a chance on them, and that's probably the top 5 teams. Yeah, but
maybe after week 1, you don't throw a pep rally and bring your oldest living fan in and have her dancing and shit. Maybe not. Maybe save that for week 8.
Yes, sir. Bobby, you asked some other teams that are ranked here. We'll name some teams on the money. We got Alabama, number 4. First off, we go first. Let's just go down real quick. Georgia, number 1. Ohio State, 2. Oregon, 3. Alabama, 4. You got Texas at 5. Clemson at 6. Notre Dame at 7. LSU at 8. Penn State at 9. And Utah at 10, closing the 10 down. Next set, 11 Michigan, 12 Florida State, 13 Miami, 14 Texas A&M.
Okay, Miami making a comeback. Hey, Bobby out here choosing violence.
Colorado will not be North Dakota State week 1. Woo, that'd be wild.
That'd be crazy. Violence.
Colorado at 16 as we molded. Ole Miss at 15. Oklahoma 17. Wisconsin 18. USC 19. Virginia Tech 20. NC State 21. Kansas 22. Arizona 23, Oklahoma State 24, BC number 25. I wish
no
so.
way.
It's
How
Iowa.
did they?
It's Iowa. It's Iowa.
You actually got me.
You know what the best thing about this is? In my version of the video game, BC will be ranked 25 to start the season. I can't wait for confidence.
You gonna go ahead with them? I know. That's funny. He gonna create he gonna create two-con wide quarterback. He gonna take over the game.
Listen to this story here. I just got a BC jersey the other day at my job. They had it like in the in the bottom of the bin. I'm about to try to put my last name on it, man. Try to rock the Eagles jersey this summer with the ACC patch.
Cut it out.
Let's go. Let's go, Eagles. Not the Philly Eagles. Boston College.
Yeah, wrong Eagles. Yeah, you gotta be careful. As a Cowboys fan, you gotta make that clear.
Gotta be careful. I gotta make it clear.
Yeah.
Boston College Eagles. We ain't no fly, Philly fly here. Not at all.
Dirty ass birds.
Oh man, we here, man. Chill, Will. Meta, we here, man. But funny. You know what today actually is?
Monday.
It's Monday, the 1st, and we said wake up. But you know who's waking up with green? All types of green.
A lot of people will go today.
A lot of people wake up today.
Pockets way fatter than they was the day before.
Remember those scratch tickets that they had in Massachusetts, where it's like you win the scratch ticket and you win the scratch. I guess like you have to win a certain part of the scratch ticket, and it's like you're a millionaire for life or something, like $1,000.
Yeah, they'll just keep giving you $1,000 every week or some shit like that. Yeah,
right. Exactly. Whoa.
You'll die well before you get all of it. Like
Bobby Bonilla.
Oh, he's still catching.
Money.
Oh, it's Bobby Bonilla Day? It is Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yes, it is, man. And the reason
I don't have no drops. I need a horn.
My man getting paid on the sleeve, man. My man still getting paid. $1.1 million he is paid up into 2035 after a buyout from the Mets some odd years ago, so many years ago, almost 2 decades ago.
Yeah. Yo, this whole so put it like this. This has been going on. When this started, there was children who were born that are now in the major leagues. Crazy. That's how long they've been paying this man.
This man is
outrageous. I never
outrageous paid. Hey, he don't even have to go. He don't have to walk out of his room, man. And maybe a banner from the Mets one day, man. This is probably the reason why the Mets are in their misery right now. Shout out to the confetti. It's Bobby Bonilla Day, everybody. You got a reason to celebrate in July, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know who's looking to celebrate soon? And the reason why I brought this day up today, this fabulous day, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the baseball game. Shout out to the field. Shout out to the teams in the MLB right now putting in work. But it's crazy how Bob Bonilla is making $1.1 million, and some players like Brock Purdy, whose salary is
they are not.
Is I think like $948,000 for the year this year.
Yo, imagine being retired for 20 years and still making more than a starting quarterback who's been almost to a Super Bowl.
Crazy.
That's funny.
Will he? I mean, I'm not going to ask you how much he'll get paid because that's a mystery, but will he eventually end up getting paid by San Fran? And that's the team to get him. I think San Fran will eventually pay him.
Purdy?
Yes.
Oh, they have no choice. They traded the other guy they drafted with him, so that's it's funny because we started talking a lot more about contracts in the last year and about who could pay what. And one thing we noticed is there's a lot of teams in a headlock. I mean, you can't really do much. And that's one of those situations. They're going to have to pay Purdy.
Yeah, definitely. You got to pay. You reading up all these different players. You're still in contract after certain players. Brock Purdy, we are room for you to get paid more than Bob Bonilla gets paid yearly. And that's just one paycheck. I don't know what he does for work. Maybe he doesn't work. But
I would never. If I get 1.1 a year, I wouldn't work again ever. I'd be on a beach somewhere. The only problem that I'd have is finding somewhere to cash that check because I'd be in the middle of nowhere.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
They let Purdy go. That's wild. Yes, it is wild. It's a wild situation if they do let him go. How much trust do you put in other QBs if you let him go? I don't think guys in the NFL think Purdy is trash. I think they respect him as an athlete. You know, we know that San Fran has a loaded team, but I feel like he's done somewhat enough to stay in the room for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's not saying much, but I feel like he's earned that.
Who, Purdy?
Despite the team that he has.
Yeah. The only way they could not pay him is they'd be like, yo, we made you. And that's not going to go well for them because I know, right? You heard that drag race outside the strip?
Tonight. Listen here, it's Bobby Bonilla Day.
It go down in lane.
They're going to get him. They're going to get him for that 1.1.
Yo, there's too many straightaways in Lynn, man. They race there all the time. It's reckless.
Hell yeah, man. Purdy is better than Daniel Jones. Absolutely right on the money, man. If the 49ers let Purdy go, New York, go get him.
That's Mike. Of course he is.
Shout out to Miz. Shout out to my boy Mike, man.
What up, Mike?
Shout out to Mike in the building, man. We gonna get into some pretty interesting things later, man, Mike, about your other team. Not the Giants. We're not talking about the Giants tonight, but thank you for mentioning Daniel Jones. We had to spend 5 seconds on talking about the Giants.
Yo, Mike, I feel like Mike is one of them dudes, like he'll find a way in any conversation to bring it back around to how much he hates Daniel Jones. Like it could be not even sports related. And he'd be like, you know who else sucks? Daniel Jones. Like,
is Purdy a game manager or replaceable? That is the big question. If they feel that way, then they will let him go. And you say game manager, replaceable. Everybody in this world, I feel, we all know, are replaceable. But how better does that make your team? I mean, yeah, maybe you can go find a guy that's like, I love San Fran. But the cap space necessarily doesn't show that with the QB. Especially a guy, if you want to go get a veteran that's, you think is better than Purdy, but I think Purdy is good.
So do I think they can go out and try to find somebody who could do what Purdy does? Sure. That's definitely possible. I don't know how you sell that to a locker room though. And I think the team likes Purdy. They rock with him. So I think you got to stick with him. Even if he's a game manager, like you bring somebody else in, they're not going to be able to win right away. And they're looking to win in this window. This is the window they're looking to win in. If it doesn't work with this little group, they're gonna end up resetting a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
Reset, man. Reset. We here, man. Listen, NFL's coming, man. Listen here. Can't wait for it, man. I think the NFL lost another suit this week too. NFL over here making money, losing money. That's the way of life, man. When you got money, you lose it, you win more. You lose a little bit, you win some more.
House always wins.
Hey, the house always wins. I'm trying to beat the house tonight. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
It was a great weekend, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the house. I was able to keep the house up, at least for this week. I don't think I want to flirt with it, during the week of 4th of July. I don't want to end up having firecrackers and no house.
Mike said, if you flip Purdy with someone like Cousins, do the 49ers win the Super Bowl last year?
No.
What time was the game?
Exactly. My guy. Hold on. My guy. I don't even have to answer that. Will answered it for the both of us.
What time was the game? What time was the game?
They had a primetime game against Green Bay last year, I think. That would have been the end of him.
If you want to play the bowl at noon, yeah, he could win it.
We're gonna see, man. He's gonna have a lot of early games this year too. So let's see, Kirk, can increase the record during the day. Yeah, because primetime, man.
ATL, shorty.
It's not good, man. It's not good at all, man. Hey, we've been stringing tears. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Cole. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to myself. Shout out to Dale. Shout out to Unc. Shout out to the brand, man, for the lovely tears we've been putting up over the last 2 months. Tonight, we're going to go a little different. We're going to go offensive side, offensive lines in football, and perhaps 10 of the top offensive lines that could be this year. According to PPF, we're going to look at this list briefly and go through it. I'll go from 1 to 10, you know what I'm saying? Because, effort, that's what we're going to ride, man. First team on this list here, the Detroit Lions. Offensive line was probably the best unit in the league last year. We know they got Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow earning top spots among centers. The loss of Jonah Jackson in free agency, though, may be a little hit, but they signed veteran guard Kevin Selter, who was ranked 15th in PFF grade amongst guards in 2023.
Yeah, Zeke should be a good replacement for Jonah, but Jonah's is a tough loss. But they're still going to be a great unit.
No, Anthony. If you could spit some of those top 10 offenses out, we'll take a look at it as well. Yeah, that's interesting. They're gonna start coming out with all types of lists as the season's approaching. For your fantasy heads,
it's my time of year. It's list season.
It's list season. You just made the list number 2. Philly, the Eagles. While they fielded the best offensive line over the last couple of years, they have questions with this unit's cohesiveness and trying to follow up with this top 5 ranking here. Jason Kelce's retirement. Cam Jurgens has played only 45 snaps at center so far. Jurgens is being replaced by right guard Tyler Sheen, who played in just 71 snaps on offense as a rookie. It was not overly impressive. See what the big dogs of Philly do. We know what they're going to bring. Let's see if they can execute, man, and hopefully keep their coach on the sideline.
It's going to be tough losing Kelce, though.
This one here at 3. If this offensive line is at 3 at the end of the season, I wouldn't be shocked at it. But their quarterback got to stay up. They got to keep this man up. And that's the Indianapolis Colts. The offensive tackle duo, arguably the best in the league. Bernard Rahim and Braden Smith each finished among the 7 highest rated offensive tackles in the year 2023. You got veterans like Ryan Kelly putting together the best season in his career. And continuity also on the Colts offensive line side as all 5-star offensive linemen returned for this year. They was able to keep Minshew up. Minshew stayed up. I mean, it was just a matter of Anthony, the way he was using his body. And obviously it wasn't the offensive line. Stuff happens in that case. You would say the offensive line is whack if he's doing that, but some people's games predicate to that. And you got to learn certain things in the game in order to – and trust your offensive line, first and foremost.
That's not biased at all, Coach.
Dallas was a pass Philly. I hope they do. I really hope they do. Number 4. I mean, they kept 4 QBs up and made a playoff appearance last year, and that's the Cleveland Browns.
They also kept the backup running back grinding too. So
yes, the backup running backs were probably on the offensive line. Listen here, offensive line, and with neither offensive tackle finishing the season and the interior offensive lineman missing time too, this unit can still be amongst the best in the league when healthy. And it's also evident that the Browns have good depth in second-year offensive tackle DeJuan Jones, who might even earn the starting job at right tackle. Number 5, the Tuners, a.k.a. the New York Jets. After performing as one of the worst units in the 2023 season, the offensive line mildly improved this season. Veterans Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses both finished among the top 10 highest graded offensive tackles last year and could form one of the best duos in the league 2024. A little old on the old side for a few of them. The Jets also get back one of the best young guards who missed last year, Vera Tucker, who missed most of the 2023 season due to an injury. Will the Jets come back to life this year if they had any in the first place? We don't even know that. Number 6, Atlanta Falcons. Drew Dalman's breakout 2023 season significantly helped this unit, especially in the run blocking game. We've seen the fabulous things they were able to do with Bijan Robinson when they used him and he was active.
And Algiers.
And Algiers, definitely. They had a little engine, you know what I'm saying, over there. I mean, quarterback obviously was the issue. And hopefully the QB is not the issue this season. But Dalvin finished 3rd highest run block grade among centers. Chris Lindstone was also once again the highest graded guard in the league. All 5 starting linemen returned for this season as well. Hold up the Achilles of Kirk Cousins. We'll see if the Falcons are going to fly or it's going to be 28-3 all over. Go. Oh, you know what I want to see? Hold on. When they start busting that out, we know the Falcons are good.
Yeah.
Real talk. Number 7. Are we surprised here? We're probably surprised that they're number 7, but we're not surprised they're on this list, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Thuney might be the best pass blocking guard in the league. Creed Humphrey is now often considered as the best center in the NFL. You also have Trey Smith, the right guard, who could also be the league's underrated offensive lineman. These 3 form arguably the best top interior trio in the league.
Yeah, they got to get some tackle work now, though.
Definitely, man. You got to get some tackle work, man. Patrick Mahomes, man. He going to make it happen, though. You know, so at times, if they need improvement, he going to make you look a little better than what you are. But you got to make sure that you're able to learn throughout this season here, because this team's trying to win back-to-back titles, and it starts with you guys protecting that man right there, man. Patty Mahomes. For real, man. Buffalo Bills at 8. Kobe. Right tackle Spencer Brown went from being the 73rd ranked offensive tackle to 32. Taking the offensive line to a new level. We've seen they was able to develop after the firing of my guy. What's my guy name from Miami, man? The coach over there, the offensive coordinator. What's his name?
McDaniel?
They fired his behind, and then they all of a sudden knew how to run the ball. Ken Dorsey. Dorsey able to start running the ball. The offensive line started really showing like they could play. When they run the ball, they don't got to feel like they're just protecting Josh Allen all the time for their lives.
After they made that deal, they had the highest percentage of run versus pass plays in the league moving for the rest of the season. And they started winning. We were saying, all of us were just yelling at them for weeks. They got to run the ball. And
we got to bet over here.
Yeah. Now they're going to have to, because who the hell is he throwing to?
We got a bet over here in the chat. Is this Jonathan and Max betting on a Madden game? Shout out to the Madden League, STWF Madden League. It's popping, it's blazing. If you want to enter the league, if there's teams available, holler at us, man. Get yourself in some football, man. The new Madden is coming out this summer, and I know people are going to be getting that and playing and continuing business as business should be.
I love that our viewers are just mingling. I don't even think they're watching anymore. They're just
over here like, hey,
they in the chat just starting shit. I love it.
Not Buffalo running the ball and being better. Yeah, we said run, Buffalo, run. That's to have shirts this year that say run Buffalo, run. Yeah. Oh, we definitely were shouting that shit.
They ain't going to need the shirts this year because that's all they're going to be able to do. Look at these receivers. There's nobody. This is bad. Like, let's get closer to these receivers. We got
number 9, Pittsburgh Steelers. They spent back-to-back first-round picks on offensive tackles, which they definitely need to improve in. They selected Zach Frazier in the second round this year. Those investments should pay off soon. With this team already got solid play from his guards in 2023. Also, Isaac Sumalo, who Pittsburgh signed as a free agent last year, put together a good campaign last season and finished the year as the 12th highest graded guard in the NFL. Pittsburgh this season, battle with the QBs between Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Battle with the running backs between you got what's the guy Warren and Harris. No longer a wide receiver battle as they ship one, and George Pickens should be able to hold the shine. So let's see what Pittsburgh can do with all these not personal vendettas or personal battles, but this is the way the game is. Pittsburgh's kind of I'm gonna call Pittsburgh like it's survival mode. It's real like NFL survival mode. Like
everybody
gonna lose their jobs.
Yeah,
over this team right here.
everybody, like, I know they're always playing for their job, but everybody's really playing for their job this year.
Yeah, they're playing. And hopefully they can play well because
some for their careers, because like Russell's not going to get too many other chances.
He's not. He's definitely not. Number 10 on this list.
These bum ass Cowboys.
These guys still hanging on list, man. As much as people say the offensive line has derailed and degraded.
Well, it has to, because it used to be number 1. Now it's 10.
It used to be number 1.
Right.
It's crazy. It goes from 1
still
to 10
good,
all
though.
these years, man. We're trying to get back up there, though. Although the Cowboys' offensive line has been amongst the 5 best units in the league for years, the position is in jeopardy going forward. Tyron Smith, Jet now. Center Tyler Bezos walked in free agency. Now you got left tackles like rookie Tyler Gratton, who's starting to replace Smith, and Brock Hoffman is expected to play center. It did not help that the right tackle Terrence still had a disappointing 2023 season coming off the back injury. The team still has the better guard duels of Tyler Smith and Zach Martin, but it's unknown how much quality is around them. Well, always, and I think the offensive line will tell you as well how good Dallas will be this year as well. When the offensive line is in stand, Dak's able to move. He's able to, you know what I'm saying, have some good game. That's not, we all know that's not what it's gonna come down to ultimately. It's gonna come down to if we make the playoffs, can we perform in the playoffs? Can this offensive line help us over the hump? We need a 53-man team to beat over the hump, not just the guys on the front end. But shout out to the Dallas Cowboys remaining 10 for now. Hopefully they can move up this season. Juggernaut, baby, was surprised, man. Hey, coach, you are highly confident in these guys, and I hope they are great. And you see them here. We'll give an honorable mention here. Chicago Bears at number 11, man. Look at this. This team, they got a Hard Knocks coming up, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh man, listen here. Chicago is about to be in Hollywood this year. When's the last time the Chicago Bears been in Hollywood?
It's since the dance, 85.
Listen here, Chicago's gonna be on your air. Chicago's gonna be a team on your airwaves, everybody's airwaves this season.
Because we're either gonna watch them completely turn it around and the star is born, or we're gonna watch him struggle, and everyone's gonna love that too.
Definitely, man. So that should top 10, 11 offensive lines, man. Offensive lines are gonna come up that we may not see. Teams like the Chargers here at 12. You got Packers at 13, Packers at 14,
and Broncos to round up the top half of the league.
The Broncos, the Rams. The Rams are gonna be a team that possibly moves up.
And because they got Jonah Jackson too, so he was just on a great unit, and now they're gonna that's
gonna be hanging here, and they're gonna move. They're gonna. I mean,
their whole left side is Jackson and Jackson.
Shit.
So,
do you
Jackson law firm.
Do you want your whole line to be named Jackson?
Jackson, huh?
I'm kind of. Shout out to Janet Jackson, who was in the bean though the other day. Shout out to Janet.
Didn't expect us to get to that Jackson that way. But that's fun.
Didn't pull nothing out this time, but it was overall her and Nelly was rocking out. Let's see here, man. You see Ravens.
Who's the worst? I want to see who's the worst in the league.
Who's the worst?
Whoa, Ravens are 25th?
Ooh.
That's fascinating.
Ooh. So we're going to have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson playing some offensive line this year.
We'll see. Patriots.
It's not the Patriots, though. But they've been able to sustain somewhat of a. Though it's kind of deferred in the last few years, they're definitely not.
Wow, yeah. This is not good. And the worst is
Bobby 17, the Saints in the building.
The Saints. Where the bags at? Get the bags out.
The bags coming off this season? That's the question.
Where the paper? I got a paper bag around here somewhere.
Listen here, man. Bobby, man, we gonna pray for you and Dale this season, man.
Paper bag time. Paper bag time.
Mike's not agreeing with the Giants at 29. He said that it should be at least 22. And well, at least you're not 32.
Yeah. 29 was rough.
Paper or plastic, man.
He says the Giants' offensive line was among the NFL's worst in 2023, partially due to injuries. While they brought in a couple of new players and Jermaine what's his name? Illuminor? That's ridiculous.
Illuminor?
Yeah, Illuminor. That's a crazy name. And John Bunyan to start at guard. They need their returners to improve drastically. Center John Michael Schmitz Jr. with a second-round pick in 2023, and right tackle Evan Neal, a top 10 pick in 2022. What happened here? Am I getting clowned?
Hey, man, offensive tackle, man.
You.
In the bottom of the list, man, it's going to be a long, long season for you guys, man. A lot of restructuring, rebuilding, redevelopment, all that stuff, man. You see me authentic one?
Yeah, but I want you and Dale to sign it.
Oh! Yo, listen here,
and one of you, each of you got to cut out one of the potholes, the eye holes. I mean, so you cut out one and then let him cut out the other one. Then sign them and then send it to me.
Yes, sir, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Play call sheet offseason. Listen, fellas, ladies, this offseason needs to hurry up and pop because we've been in the background, backstage, for weeks, and we come here, we give news, we give input, we give intake. Shout out to you fabulous fans that come through and chit chatter, argue with us, debate with us, and it's all sweet. But tonight, guys, Will actually decided in the podcast room, and I thought it was a great idea to kind of twist this show up a bit for the last few minutes with some segments, some chit chatter.
Yeah.
NBA free agency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because,
I just didn't want to wait 2 more days to do it.
Yeah, we didn't want to wait 2 more days.
And
we're gonna have more to come.
Yeah, we'll get deeper into it on Wednesday, but I definitely saw some of the ones that touch our teams. We got Klay Thompson signed to Dallas.
First, Klay Thompson to the Mavericks.
Klay
good
Thompson.
move. Good move. I don't think it's a title move back to the finals, but it's a move for Dallas that they needed. They need a guy in Klay, definitely a big upgrade of Tim Hardaway, a guy that
if that's the guy you're talking about, he's replacing. That's an unbelievable upgrade. Yeah, but he's also probably better overall still than Josh Green, who's gonna be better, but is still really young and learning.
And Josh Green is still on that team. So
and they moved him.
Oh, they moved him. Ooh.
Yeah, Josh Green moved today. He got moved. It was all part of a big old trade. I think he got traded to the Hornets, I believe.
Oh man, damn.
Yeah, I believe he went to the Hornets. So yeah, I think it's a good deal. Yeah, Charlie.
Trade.
Yeah. So look, he's a shooter. We know that. On that team, he's going to be wide open at all times. I think the way he took a step back in his game made it so that Golden State didn't know how to use this version of him. They didn't really know how to, because he's going to have to move around a lot more. This version of Klay, he needs somebody to attract more attention than Curry currently attracts on his own. So now you're going to have 2 of the best ISO players ever attracting double, triple teams, and he'll be sitting wide open in the corner. This is going to be a good move for Klay.
No, definitely a good move for them. You definitely I like that point about the Curry, eyes on Curry. Now Klay's getting older, so it's like Golden State never got a guy to grow that was supposed to be that guy, so Klay can still have his game for the Golden State system.
They missed a few times. Wiseman was one of the misses, that he was supposed to be a guy that really added the youth to the team. Moody and Kuminga are good, but they didn't progress at the rate that Klay and Curry needed them to based on their age. And then Poole got himself knocked out running his mouth. So, I mean, they had pieces. You're right. They didn't succeed but they tried. They just didn't work out.
They had the right mindset.
Yeah, they tried.
They tried to do the best they can with the draft picks that they had and all that to try to rebuild their team and all that. Hey, the 2022 championship is no fluke because we knew as a dynasty they can probably get another one. We just didn't want them to. So now it's the reality of now you have Curry, who's not getting any younger.
Yeah. You
decide to keep Draymond, and now you're going to have to try to mix and match and try to go get Paul George. We'll talk about him in a second. They try to go get him over there. Didn't happen. Paul George really wanted to go to Golden State, and that would have been something that I'm like, okay, now Golden State can stay in the mix a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They still can go get somebody. I think, honestly, they're going to have to push for Levine or DeRozan, honestly, to keep their team stable.
Who?
They don't want to, but they probably going to have to.
Who?
Golden State.
Oh, Golden State? Yeah. Look, the Levine thing could work, but they just traded the contract that would help get him. Now I don't know how you do that because the other expiring contracts or the contracts that they could try to move are, I'm trying to think. You're like, you're going to have to pay Kuminga soon. You got to pay Moody soon if you're going to keep him. And Curry and Dre are already maxed. It's going to be a tough situation. Oh, Wiggins. Wiggins is probably who they'd have to move for that.
That's crazy with the Wiggins situation. They won't let him play for Team Canada.
What's going on with him, man? It's crazy.
Yeah, this whole turn of events for the last year and a half, Andrew Wiggins is just kind of just like in the spiral. Where like
he did the thing that we all wish a star player who looks like they're gonna be a bust can do. He turned it around. He joined a championship team and was literally probably the most important player not named Curry in that final series against my Celtics. And so and then out of nowhere, he just couldn't play basketball anymore. I don't know what happened.
I just think a lot of mental. I think one thing that was
something
wrong with
his life,
in the career was just like the mental part. I mean, it could be outside stuff going on, which can definitely take your mind off a lot of things. Overall, it hasn't been a good last couple of years for him. It's a rough break for him. Hopefully, he can get back to just having that peace. You know what I'm saying, mental wise. Get over the situation. Hopefully, Golden State can find a suitor for him. They're not even letting him play for Team Canada this year, until they complete a trade. He's probably not going to play with them this summer. Golden State's definitely going to move him.
It's funny. If they wanted to go after Levine, they'd have to move Wiggins. And those two are basically the two players that nobody wants right now.
Right. I'm hearing Wiggins about 15 offers for him that the Bulls kind of proposed. And nothing. They say the market's dry for him right now. Nobody
Levine, they're trying hard to move Levine, and nobody wants that contract. It's not. I mean, it's a bad contract, but it's not even one of the worst I've seen. I don't understand. I think it's because he can't stay healthy.
He's never been in a situation where He's never been in a situation where he's on a team that's looking to compete. That's competing. Yeah. So I want to see him on a team that actually has a chance, not saying to win a championship, but to compete at least. You know what I'm saying? To know that you can make a playoff push. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat being a 6-game series. He's never witnessed that as a pro. You know what I'm saying?
Has he even been in the playoffs yet? I can't even.
Let me see how many playoff series.
Maybe with Minnesota. I don't think with Chicago at all. Or maybe he played a first round with Chicago. I don't know. But yeah, it's not looking good, man. I like the kid too. I like his game. It is kind of he's a ball stopper. That's why it's hard to move him too. He's an ISO player.
Okay, so one playoff series from him in 2021-22 against the Milwaukee Bucks. He averaged 19.3 points, 5.3 rebounds.
Which is under.
He's a guy that can help a team. I just think teams kind of I feel like sometimes he may get the ball and maybe too much, stagnant. Maybe he doesn't work for Golden State, but the way Golden State's going right now, you're gonna need somebody to push the envelope a bit so that those guys like Steph and Draymond can still be somewhat. We know Steph is gonna find a way. So the Warriors team can be themselves, man.
So even though he needs the ball in his hands, I think if he was on the Warriors, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's gonna take a lot of moving of contracts and shit. But if he was there, I think he would be the one place that they could get him to play off ball a little more and to move around. Plus, and also they want him on ball at times too to give Curry a rest and Draymond and them but they move the ball around a lot. And I think that he would be able to eat there because think about it. The shots that he would get would be Clay's shots. And Clay's are usually open knockdown shots. He gonna hit those. And then if you close out on him, he's gonna dunk on your big man. He can still do that. So yeah, I think that's a good fit for him.
Man, a lot of teams, man, over here trying to start the week off great, all good. One team, one move that I actually liked from yesterday that was not under the radar, but it was a good signing. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 3 years, I believe $63 million to the Orlando Magic. The Magic are starting their rules of trying to get champion veterans on their team.
That's a perfect guy for that team.
Bunch of wings. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, so with that signing, what that tells me is that they are 100% sure now that Suggs is their starting point guard. Yes. So now Suggs will be starting at point guard. He did a lot last year, but they switched it up. Sometimes he's at 2, sometimes he's at 1. He is their point guard now. I think that alone makes that team better, just going into the season knowing what your identity is. Him at point guard, Caldwell Pope at the 2. Second of all, that's also one of the better defensive backcourts in the league now, because Caldwell defends.
He definitely does.
And so does Suggs. So I like that. Mike says it's over for the Warriors. Look, there's still a few moves out there that they could try to make that could make them at least have one more championship run. But yeah, the whole dynasty, it's coming. We're in the final years, like with Tim Duncan and them.
We're in the final years, man. New arenas made up. Hey, they did what they had to do. They kept the team respectable for that new arena to open up for a few years. You know what I'm saying? They raked up hella money. They raked up hella money, hella championships.
Yeah.
If they were okay, then Bay Area. You know what I'm saying?
They did everything they had to do. Think about it. That's a great fan base. Think about how that fan base was for what was it? Run TMC back in the day. With Weber and Mullen and Tim Hardaway. That was a great fan base back then. And they're still a great fan base now. So they're doing good. They'll be fine.
Absolutely.
What else we got? My boy Tatum.
Oh, okay. We can think about the shout out to the highest paid player in the NBA right now. History. I said earlier that he's gonna enjoy this glory because we know the NBA is gonna pay.
It'll change, yeah. Somebody's
okay, but right now at this point,
you want to have fun with that? Let's have fun with that. So who is it gonna be that breaks it? I say it's probably Luka.
I said Luka earlier, and it was gonna be somebody had wrote that earlier, and I said I was gonna write something like, "Yo, Luka's gonna be next." But
Luka's the safe. Luka's the safest bet in terms of the next person who's gonna get paid higher than him.
Man. 315. They re-up on Derek White for 124 over a course of 4.
Do you think it gets more for his first big deal?
This is where
he can't get more on that first deal, but this
is what everybody's gonna think now. And this is no shot at Tatum. But how people thought of Tatum, and hopefully they think differently of him after winning this championship, but how they thought about him. Like, he made nothing get it done, or da-da-da-da-da. Like, they're going to gas the market up like that, and Tatum's going to get contracts like that. But do they deserve that type of money at Jason Tatum? Maybe not.
Hey, you know my stance. Deserve ain't got nothing to do with it. Mike says the Magic are a sneaky good team. I can see them taking out the 76ers or the Knicks in a 7-game series. So, yeah, we've been saying this since last year in the pod that we like Orlando. I know why you know that they're good, Mike, because they beat us 4 times last year. Not the most recent season, but the season before. They beat us 4 times. And a couple of those games wasn't as close as they should have been. So that team can play. I don't know about them beating the Knicks because I think with the Knicks added, the Knicks got better as well. The Knicks added Mikal Bridges to a team that was a few games away from being in the finals, probably. So, I think the Knicks are a good team. But Magic, I like the Magic team. Magic needs to lose some series, though. That's how they're going to get better. That's how everybody gets better. You got to lose.
They lost in the Game 7 last year to a Cleveland team. They played great, exceptional. We've seen the involvement of Bonchero.
He's a fucking problem.
You're going to see a lot more of this Orlando Magic team, man. Those $15, $8 tickets are going to soon go up. They probably already been up already. Team's playing great. Keep playing good. You mentioned the Sixers, Knicks, who improved their rosters too. The Knicks, obviously, they got Mikal Bridges, Villanova back to the helm, but they also lost Isaiah Hartenstein. City Thunder. That's a great
Thunder. The Thunder are unbelievable. Caruso and Hartenstein, they added to a team that was already disgusting.
And then you read up one of the Williamses.
I think probably, hopefully Jalen.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's funny they're both Jalen, but hopefully the small forward, power forward one, not the big man.
So the Knicks, real talk, Will. Let's do the lens. Like, I know you're on this guy.
I like the Knicks.
We like the Knicks. We like the things that they're doing.
Yeah.
Is this a championship team?
Okay, so here's the problem. No, but only because they're in the East and so are we, the Celtics. So, like, it's a problem for them. Now, I think they went out and literally got a guy. Like, don't get me wrong. They wanted him anyway because it's a Villanova guy. They basically built Villanova in New York now. But don't for a second think that they also didn't like the fact that he is a defender. They basically now have 2 elite wing defenders in him and OG. And that's specifically built to play the Celtics. Right. And I like that.
I don't think that this team. I mean, if you could say, if you want to say they improved, okay, I'll say it. I'll be with you. I'll be with you and say they improved. But I don't think that this is even. They'll make a playoff push. They'll make a run, but I just don't think this is the second best team in the Eastern Conference. Now we talk about the Celtics. I just don't think they're the second best team in the conference. Honestly, a lot of people overslept Indiana last year. We know New York had injuries, but I thought even going into that series before all that stuff went down, I figured that Indiana was going to beat them anyway. I just like Indiana a little bit more. And I think
Indy, and you, to be fair, you liked Indy before Siakam.
Right.
And then they got Siakam. So, and they only got to play with him for less than half a season, right? So I agree. I think Indiana is going to be a team you got to keep an eye on this next season because they're going to get a whole offseason and a full preseason and regular season with Siakam on the team running this system. I think they're going to be a lot better. That being said, I just really like. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know why, but maybe I just like what they're doing with the Nova boys. I like that they got them all together.
The organization is jealous.
Right, because you know how it go. Like, remember, I know it's small scale, but you remember when we would be in leagues in Brighton or in Boston, we'd be all over the place playing in leagues. Whenever we ended up around in the same area with the other Brighton kids and we got to play on the team with each other, those are all championship teams every time because that chemistry, that camaraderie. I think they have a great chemistry. Adding Mikal Bridges is going to be scary for this team. If they stay healthy, for me, they're the second best team in the East. But I can understand why, Philly has a claim to that too, because they just added Paul George. But playoff P isn't. That's a thing that you don't want.
Philly can never find a man in the middle. And I mean, they got the man in the middle.
Unfortunate, because he can't stay healthy.
With the Paul George signing, another team, Philly, that's trying to stay healthy and try to proceed win games. Paul George, a guy that could have went to Golden State. Golden State kind of fumbled that in a sense. Now he ends up in Philly. Maxey just got the bag, you know what I'm saying, as well.
Deserved
$200 million contract. And you got Joel Embiid, the guy that we may have thought this season may be the year, but it still can be after this year. We'll see how it plays out in Philly. But
is that happening? I don't know if this is true.
Potentially. Potentially you could lose him. I mean, and I think
they can't lose him and Hartenstein. That's a wrap. You can't lose
both of them. You have to kind of probably keep Robinson. Hopefully now, Hartenstein is a big loss. It's definitely a big loss. Oklahoma City gets their Steven Adams type guy over there.
He couldn't fit better if he tried.
He could,
honestly. And if you ask me, I'd start him. I would start him, and I'd move Chet over the power forward where he belongs, because he weighs like the I don't know. He's tiny. He has no business being a center. He's like 190 pounds, wet. That's horrible. So I think they should put Hartenstein at center, move him to power forward, Jalen Williams at the 3. Your 2 is Dort, and your 1 is that man Shea. That's a great team. And then you come off the bench with the other Jalen Williams. You come off the bench with who else is? Oh, Caruso, Kaysen, Isaiah Joe. That team's stacked, bro.
Team is crazy,
OKC stacked, bro.
OKC gonna make some mama moves over there. Paul George, hey.
I got them coming out the West.
You got OKC coming out the West? Ooh.
I'm saying it now. I got OKC coming out the West.
Listen here.
I got OKC coming out the West.
Paul George gets lost to Philly, so they had to go keep a player to stay with Kawhi. They signed James Harden, 2 years, $70 million. This man continues to fucking get lucrative money, and it's crazy. But that's what the Buckles. paying him. That's what the market puts him in the scale of.
He's like an STD, bro. I've never seen so many people sign up for herpes. Like, it's crazy. This dude, he just won't go away, bro. And he's good, but he's not good enough.
The Clippers right now, they're showing they're saying that we have money. Bombers kind of this. We got money. I'm an owner of a team, and I'm just gonna flaunt all my money. New arena, to sign these players to all this money, try to get all these players, try to build something, and now
Y'all ain't winning shit.
Kawhi, we don't know when the end of his career is gonna be. James Harden, you had to sign basically to try to sell some tickets. Russell Westbrook, he picked up the option yesterday, but then the Clippers today talking about they're potentially going to trade him. I'm hearing that the Nuggets could be a suitor for Russell. I
did see that. It said Nuggets are not just a suitor, but they're interested, highly interested. That'd be good for them off the bench, and they lost KCP, so they're going to need something off the bench.
Spark. Yeah, we need that spark off the bench. So Russell may be there. The Clippers are the Clippers, man. We've been trying to tell y'all forever. If anybody was a fan of the Clippers, it's because you believe, but you should never believed in this team because this team's been what they've been for the past 30 years. A dumpster fire.
They are who we thought they were.
From the Clippers team to the show that they try to portray, the old school Clippers teams, man, that tried to win a championship with Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. I don't know what the hell they're doing with that production. Listen, hey, should have just let us do it. Clippers are gonna clipper until they can clipper no more. My Lakers made no interesting splashes, kept a few players. We wanted Klay Thompson. We actually was gonna overpay him to be a Laker. He didn't want it. LeBron said if we try to get these players and get them, I'll take a pay cut. The Lakers knew they wasn't getting any of these players, so now it's gonna result in LeBron getting a heavy bag. Potentially, unless they try to go get somebody. But somebody that they're interested in is Jeremy Grant. The Portland Trailblazer may take a combination of Rui, either Gabe Vincent or D'Angelo Russell. I'm thinking D'Angelo Russell may be the guy out in the situation. He picked up the
honestly, but if you were to move Russell and Rui, that's a sideways move. You didn't get better.
Right.
That I don't understand that at all. So yeah, the Lakers are in a world of hurt. They have no way to get anybody to come there, and they have no money.
No. Something could happen.
It will, but for now, it sucks.
It sucks right now. And I hope that they're not the team that's just sitting there like, well, let's try to go get something. No, don't do that, Lakers Nation. If you can't get nothing, don't try to dig all the way in the back for something, please. Let the regrowth, let the rebuild come smoothly, but surely. You got a coach that you're trying to regroup with. You got two. You're lucky enough to have 2-star players that continue to prove to the league that they are stars. You're lucky to be in that situation.
They should have sold their souls for Dame last year.
Yes, you should have.
They do it any other time, and they couldn't do it that time.
I'm going to be real as hell with you right now.
You need LeBron to leave. I need LeBron up out of there.
Either do that or trade all your unprotected for Trae Young. That's all.
Yeah.
Real shit.
If you can, but I feel like they're locked in now. Did they just pay? No, wait. Did Murray move?
Murray moved.
Where'd Murray go?
Murray went to where you go? New Orleans. That was the other trade last week. New Orleans.
Yeah. So no, you can't. They can't get rid of Trae now. Their contingency plan just walked out the door.
Right, exactly. So it's a tough slope for the Lakers, man. Don't overdo anything right now. Don't put in the media that you want these guys. Don't do nothing like that. We know you don't want none of these guys in this free agent market right now. You don't want none of these guys. Paul George is probably one. The only guy that you probably wanted, that you knew you probably wasn't going to get, was Paul George. I don't think you wanted anybody else. Klay maybe because his father was a former Laker. Michael Thompson wanted Klay Thompson to be a Laker from day one. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, anybody else you probably didn't want. It probably just fishes.
Yeah. That's true.
Don't do it, man.
Hey, man, when it comes to the Lakers, you know how I feel. It's right there. It's right there on the screen, bro.
Listen,
Peep me.
Lakers are getting headlines. Everything I'm like,
Fuck the Lakers.
Man, come on. Do me like that, man. Do me like that, man. Chris Paul was supposed to get $30 million from the Warriors, man, as his guaranteed day was supposed to come in the mail. The mail got resent to the original address. This man was cut from Golden State. Hours later, signed a 1 year, $11 million deal with the San Antonio Spurs.
Wait, who?
Huh? Chris
Who
Paul.
does that? Chris Paul. That's hilarious.
So Chris is in San Antonio. We know they have the future is bright, Wembanyama. Didn't they just draft guard as well?
Who did the Spurs draft? The Spurs draft a couple people. Yeah, let's find that out. Spurs draft.
Okay, so they picked Stephen Castle with the number one.
Oh, right, Stephen Castle. Yeah. So they got Castle, who's a bucket.
So it's Chris Paul there to teach the young ones. You know, Chris Paul. One thing about Chris, you know, we're gonna say is he knows how to get people the best out of guys. You know, he definitely knows how to do that. You got a young San Antonio team. Him signing his contract with San Antonio means he's willing to go in. You know, with Coach Popovich and try to grow the team. I respect that. You know, shout out to Chris on the deal, man. Hey, he could have went to go sign with his man LeBron, but he's like, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that to him, man.
It was more. I think this is a more fun challenge for him. I think he's given up on the idea of a ring, but I think he thinks with this team, he could just hang around and teach these kids everything they need to know and make them great. Like he could teach Wemby how to lead teams. I mean, or how not to lead them, since everyone hates Chris Paul. Also, they got some shooters and some players on that team that I think he could definitely help. Then they got the young Trey Jones and Castle. Those are two guards that are going to need a lot of guidance, and he's going to be. This is a great place for him. He's not going to get a ring though.
Yeah, the day. Yeah, you're right. The day. We won't say guys at the party still, because you got to keep it real. I know the Celtics just won a championship. We're not going to sit here like we've been kicking a can for the last 5-6 years. It's just been a term of you have injuries, you have to battle those. Multiple years in a row, there's injuries with a team that you're kind of just trying to have a 5-year window for, and then these guys end up staying here, then they expand. So right now it's where we may be entering the party still rocking the members only jacket and the FUBU. But it wasn't before this. Let me tell you that, man. Hey, don't discredit a Western Conference Finals appearance. That might have been the last time LeBron's going to play at that ATO. But please, we made the Western Conference Finals last year. The Western Conference is funny, though, because a different team every year makes the Western Conference Finals, a team that probably shouldn't. And the Lakers were that team. Were the Dallas Mavericks that team this coming season? They went to the finals.
Yeah.
We don't run into the Joker. We make a finals. And then the Lakers, and I'm happy we didn't, because to me, we didn't need that finals appearance. We were a team in the middle of the whole year. We got lucky. LeBron was able to bully teams still, you know, and that's the main thing with LeBron. LeBron's mind, he's still able to bully certain people. The good teams now that are stacking the good young teams, they're not letting him do that. Not allowing that. You know, he got away with Memphis like that year. We thought Memphis was going to beat them. He was able to control Memphis. He was just able to get through a mastermind. We know the mindset now is becoming the end. Teams are really locking in. Teams are really getting serious. Teams are really trying to beat this motherfucker and be good. So shout out to them. I'm mad at that. Retire, LeBron. Retire. That's more what I'm saying. Y'all think, hold on. Y'all think I want to see this? Continue to see this? I've been saying for months now. Let's rebuild.
Yeah, they could just trade him. He probably got no trade clause though.
Listen here, man. Hey, you know, tonight we here rocking. Hey, Dale, we out here drinking the hose water tonight. You know what I'm saying? They do sell hose water now in stores. You know, grab some.
Man brought his own hose water.
Brought my own hose water
and
tonight.
He froze it.
Brought my whole. So now, since we're in this free agency, we're going to see what free agents are left. See if there's any interesting names here.
Might be a Wednesday part.
No, this is one or two names real quick. We'll break it down.
Bet.
We don't want to bring on two. We wanted to bring this here, fellas and ladies. because we couldn't hold on for 2 days. So
I just didn't want y'all to sit for 2 days without talking about the shit. So we had to say something.
So 2 random names, and then on the cap, Saddiq Bey. Atlanta didn't take his qualifying offer, so now he's a free agent.
Oh wow, fascinating about that one.
I'm gonna throw a name out there. Miles Bridges.
Yeah, that's a situation.
That's the whole situation, for real.
Because what are you getting?
He fucked up the whole.
Are you getting the guy before he got caught up, or after? Because the guy after is a bum.
Fucked up the whole bag, dog.
Yeah, he was doing so good. He was about to get paid, and then that was in his contract season. He did that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
I mean, if you're looking at this, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, you might have seen the whole. You might have seen a whole of free agency just in the last 24 hours, but there's some interesting names on here. We'll go through them.
Who'd you say before Bridges? You said
Saddiq Bey.
Yeah, that's a fascinating player. I want to see where he goes because he's kind of a 3-and-D guy, but like he could light it up from 3. So whoever gets him, that's a shooter, wing shooters that can defend too. Those are prime. Like you need those. Every team needs those. So I'm looking forward to a championship team looking out. Now he might want to get really paid, and in that case, yeah, he's probably gonna go to a whack.
So my thing is, if Denver just got rid of a 3-and-D guy, Caldwell Pope, Denver may be on the radar for him.
It'd be a perfect spot for him because he will be wide the fuck open every time, and he's gonna hit those shots. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know how much they can pay him.
If Caldwell Pope wanted 60, more than likely, are they gonna pay him 60?
Yeah, and he's worth more than Caldwell. Although Caldwell has more than I don't know. It's close.
I mean, he's younger, so on the young side, you're kind of like, this is a guy that he hasn't been in a good situation. These guys been able to produce, but I mean, he's been with shitty teams. So
if I'm the Bucks, I'm trying to find a way to get him.
Looks too a team that's getting older, needs some young guys on the front end.
Did Miami ended up signing Jimmy longer, or is he still? We don't know what's happening with him.
Jimmy's kind of in the midst right here. I think Jimmy's looking for is a new deal,
and they're not gonna give it to him because he can't really get better than what he was. He's gonna start falling off. He's getting older. Saddiq Bey is a good option for them. Yeah. Shooter.
Definitely, man. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, there's a couple spots I can see him going to.
A couple interesting names. The name the Magic got hella wings, so I see one of their wings not being there next year. We don't know who that's gonna be, but one of those
Memphis may want to pick up the phone there.
Memphis,
you give Ja the ball with Bane on one side and Saddiq on the other. That's dangerous.
And then you still got Marcus Chickenhead Smart. Right. Still got Marcus Smart. So you bring that Memphis mentality, you bring that defensive mentality that absolutely. You always had in Memphis. You continue the family tree. The teams are probably low names that you don't care about, but it's going to be a lot more moving around. There's a lot more interesting players that can possibly help teams keep their careers going. It's going to be. We'll judge that on Parlay Perspective Wednesday. We're going to have heavy WNBA talk on Wednesday. WNBA's at a few right now. A great weekend of women's basketball. No lie, man. Great weekend. MLB's popping up on the helm right now.
No way.
What happened?
Shit. I'm watching the USA versus Uruguay.
Who's up? USA?
Nah, it's a tie game, but we almost scored. Oh shit!
First half?
Yeah. Game just started actually.
Game just started? Oh snap!
Oh, maybe this is highlight. No, this might be halftime.
Hold on, let me check, man. We gonna check right now. Tuquan's better tonight. I don't know if it's gonna hit. Hopefully it does. Let me see what it's doing right now. Shit.
Is that a penalty?
Oh, so it's halftime. Halftime in the USA game. USA
they
right
didn't
now.
Call a penalty there? That's crazy.
USA are the underdogs right now. At plus 250. So right now you can go take on USA live bet to win the game. I think I might take USA to win this game.
Yeah, that looks like a fun little bet to do.
Yeah, man, might as well, man. Might as well try to come up. Damn, not looking too good for myself in my bet tonight. But like I said, $10. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it anytime.
Little easy money.
Yeah. I had a good weekend, but like you said, don't start Monday trying to give it back. You know what I'm gonna do? Vacation time. Vacation time.
You really do be winning on the weekend, and you really be trying to get that shit back on Monday.
Right, no bullshit. Monday's like, listen here, but shout out to tennis. Shout out to tennis.
Tennis helped you out?
Tennis has been helping me out a lot.
How?
Bro, I'm gonna just say right here. I've been getting the sense for the live logic of it. Not that I would ever watch a tennis matchup, but
Right.
just the game
phone,
flow.
yeah.
The game flow sometimes is just like it's competitive. It's like it's bad though, because it's really like casino like. But
Yeah, you're a madman.
If you can hit one of those, say for instance, like I be waking up early morning, seeing these tennis matches, it'd be a set, bro. This person to not win the set, but he's favored, and his underdog is like plus 700.
Oh, I see.
I'll put a $10 on the 7 plus 100, $70.
Yeah.
Will, I'll try that shit 4 times, Will.
You be at the casino play. You play roulette, don't you? You play roulette. You're the only motherfucker I know that play roulette.
More of that, yeah. So more of this, check it right here. So I put so I had like $50 left in my account. I put 30 on a guy that was like plus 550 odds to win the set.
Unbelievable.
I said to myself, I'm done. I'm done if I don't hit this shit. And I ended up hitting this shit for like fucking like 190 something. I'm saying
That's
like
crazy.
Listen here. But the tennis is wild like that.
You tried to throw $30 out the window and 190 blew back in. That's bullshit.
Hold on. So you know what I did? Cash out a good chunk of that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, but nah, soccer,
sneakers.
Those international sports, man, like soccer, American sports too, but the more international like leagues, the money be heavy, man. If the underdogs come up, be heavy. But in all, you'll get a good plus, even with a favorite. Like today, like you got Uruguay at plus 160 to win the game. Mm-hmm. You got USA at plus 250. Hey, you might want to take one of those. You might not even look at the tie. You know what I'm saying? But the tie might be the ultimate factor in it. It's a tricky game. All sports betting is a tricky game, but when you get there, you got three things to choose. And that's the bad thing right there. Win, lose, or tie. And you gotta be careful with soccer because they have the 90-minute bet and then the whole bet. So make sure you're not doing the 90-minute betting.
Right, yeah.
Those extras,
Moral of that story is just pay attention to what you're betting on.
Pay attention, man. And Will said don't bet sports but shit, I'm gonna try to learn shit.
And you don't know, yeah.
And I definitely don't know tennis.
That's why when you said it, I'm like, he's a wild boy, bro.
Wild boy. The hose water did.
Yeah, hose water got you fucked up. But yeah, man. Thanks to everybody who was in the chat today. We had 18 people in here right now, popping, rocking, and watching. I appreciate all y'all, man, for real.
Appreciate all you.
So, shout out to Dale, who was in here first, starting trouble. Bobby, Jesse, Jonathan Taylor. Coach was up in here. Who else we had? Was that it? Ant was in here. My man Mike was in here. Max Salvo was in here. We appreciate all you ladies and gents who showed up. Even if you didn't comment and you were just watching in the back like a creep, we appreciate y'all too.
All day. We appreciate everybody, man.
Absolutely, man. So I think tomorrow we'll be back for the chickity chop up. You know how we go. Tomorrow chop up, man. We're gonna have the tester of the night. You know what I'm saying? We got some interesting news. Oh yeah. So if y'all want to play along, go out and get the rap chips. That's what we're trying to review. And if you can't find rap chips, find a weird chip or snack. Find a weird chip snack that you can isn't anywhere else. Something local or something that's only in your part of the neck of the woods, so that you can taste test and tell us how it is, and we can be jealous that we can't get it. Definitely get that, man. Rap snacks, baby. I love rap snacks. I'm a big fan of rap snacks. I can't wait tomorrow. When they first came out, man, I was definitely petitioning for them to be in other states, and I was on. I'm gonna tell the story tomorrow, but tomorrow night, 8:30, man, it's gonna be fire, man. The gang will be in studio. Expect a bunch of laughs and all that stuff, man. What we do in the chop, man. We get silly, man. We get silly with it. We're gonna have fun. Now, everybody know here tonight. I love the show so much. I love it. My team messed me up on some Raw tickets tonight.
and then they actually was gonna give him back to me today.
Raw's in Boston today?
Yeah, Raw's in Boston today, and then I got hit back saying, "Do I want to go?" After being told
you said no and coming to do this show.
You know why I said no? Because
why?
I go to wrestling events with my two homies, and if my two homies can't come with me, I don't want to go.
He don't want to go. So he just wanted to be clear. He didn't come for y'all. All right.
I wanted at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, June's been a crazy month for me. I've been able to take some time off to go to games and stuff like that. So, hey, it's going to come back around, man. That's why I say, man. This right here is something that we're trying to build, man. So, at the end of the day, man, yeah, take days off. Health is wealth. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't necessary, don't do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe.
My man, 40 grand.
Everybody here in the nighttime, man. Y'all have a great night, man. Chop up 8:30 tomorrow, man. Don't forget to subscribe. STWF TV, man. It's free. YouTube, rock us out. Watch it live, man. And have a good rest of y'all.
You got a 1. You got a 3.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the podcasting network, where